Leak Zoom. Joe Biden says USA doomed because of black people and white low birth rate.
About as racist as it gets from Joe Biden. Because it sounds about as racist as it gets from Joe Biden.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Now, folks, what in the world?
Okay, so you heard what Biden said, all right? He said basically what the Israelites have been saying this whole time, what we've been saying on the highways and hedges, okay? That we were sold unto our enemies and that the so-called white man is our enemy, okay? The Lord himself, Yahweh, okay? Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh being the Father, Yahweh Shai being the Son, told us in the scriptures that the Edomites were our enemies, okay? All right, so we're going to go through a few of the scriptures to kind of remind you of that, all right? All right, we'll go to Deuteronomy 28 and 68 and get right to the point. Listen carefully, you Negroes, Native Americans, Hispanics. And the Lord, whose name is Yahweh, okay, shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Egypt being a house of bondage, which says that in Exodus 20 and 2. All right, I guess since I said it, I'll go ahead and bring it out. Exodus 20 and 2. I am Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So you see that? So the Lord put you back in the house of bondage here in America. Just take a look at your dollar bill. On the back of your dollar bill, you're going to see a pyramid on there and the eagle. The eagle representing Esau's kingdom. All right. It did before that, it represented the Egyptian kingdom. All right. Because they used the bird as well with the same similar with the arrows, stuff on his feet. You know, the Egyptians did the same thing. All right. So let's go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. If you can understand that. All right. We're trying to get you to understand you got enemies. You need to serve the Most High. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. Okay, America. All right. With ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. You ain't gonna see your homeland. Okay, they took us from the West Africa, from Europe, all right, and put us in servitude when they came back into power. You know, most people know in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. You learn that in elementary school. That's when they took down Jake and put him in slavery and deceived the whole world with white Jesus. And if you didn't bow down to Christianity, Roman Christianity, you were put to death. So you had to become a Christian or die. And that's why you got a lot of you Hispanics out there in Catholicism, and they got you Negroes of Judah tied up in this Christianity. All right. And it's got a stranglehold on you. You just can't let it go. All right. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. And we did arrive on cargo slave ships. There were also, if you do a Google, Mayan slave ships as well. All right. So you Mexicans went into slavery too. You didn't get around it. By the way, whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. Enemies. All right. Do you understand that? Enemies. For bondmen and bondwomen. Slave girl, slave man, slave woman, and no man shall buy you. You didn't get no redemption. In other words, they didn't set you back in prominence. You didn't get your own land. They didn't fix you up. All right. Let's go to all right, from there we go to Baruch 4 and 6. And these are the things that you need to understand. All right. Baruch 4 and 6. All right. So this further proves that you went into slavery on ships. You were sold to the nations. All right. That's Deuteronomy 28 and 64. You were scattered to the four winds. Baruch 4 and 6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath. You were delivered unto the enemies. See, again, you were delivered to your enemies, not your friends. Okay? So Biden was telling you that they are your enemy.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Now, folks, what in the world?
That should get your attention. But only the elect is going to be able to receive this and understand. All right? Let's go to Baruch 3 and 8. You in captivity, subject to payments, not to get rich. All right? Baruch 3 and 8. Behold, we are yet this day in captivity, where thou hast scattered us. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. For a reproach and a curse to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, our power. Okay? All right, so you are amongst your enemies. All right? Let's go to all right, let's take a look at this one. Psalms 83. And we're going to get to the point. We'll go to 2. This is King David prophesying and telling you who your enemies is again. Psalms 83 and 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. All right, let me highlight that. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. We were the hidden ones, okay? Until the Holy Spirit rested on brothers to tell us we was Israelites. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The Lord is telling you who your enemies are, okay? Verse 6, we're going to go straight to the point. The tabernacles of Edom. They're the ones leading this confederacy against you. Okay? And the Ishmaelites. All right? The Arabs. All right? Moab, Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, which the Israeli small hats. All right? The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. So, the main point being in verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom, okay? They're the ones, that's the so-called white man, and the Lord listed it for you so you can understand. We've been telling you this on the streets. And Joe Biden just told you that, he they don't like you. Read between the lines, all right? They don't like you. We're going to have to start leaning for you. Or he said, you're going to have to, in other words, you got to read between the lines. These people don't like you. They plot against you. That should get your attention. All right. That video should get your attention. All right. All right, let's read Luke 1:68, which we were told once more that the Lord was going to save us from the hands of our enemies. So we just told you your enemies. I just read them to you. All right. Luke 1:68. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people, okay, through Yahushai, and has raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of David, of his servant David, okay? All right, because he came through the seed line of King David, through Joseph, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. Prophets always been here, that we should be saved. This is the point. Let's highlight that. That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. And with that, I say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and shalom to the believers, and double honors to the elders at Great Millstone, and give salutations to the elect ladies out there that are reverencing their husbands, okay, and seeking the truth, all right, and being silent in the church. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Shalom.